Kamala is live with Oprah. She's going live right now with Oprah.
Let's go! Tonight, we're calling on people from across our great country who are fired up for Vice President Kamala Harris. After an electrifying Democratic National Convention, Kamala Harris raised record-breaking campaign donations, became a viral sensation, and then the world watched her step into her power for Vice President Kamala Harris. After an electrifying Democratic National Convention, Kamala Harris raised record-breaking campaign donations, became a viral sensation, and then the world watched her step into her power and dominate that debate.
You're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me.
In an unprecedented surge, grassroots coalitions have organized in lightning speed, creating a tidal wave of support.
Black women, were you in meeting last night?
It all started the night Kamala Harris announced her candidacy. Advocacy group Win with Black Women, a collective of thousands of black women leaders from around the country, founded by Joe Edie, hosted a Zoom call to support the campaign. Within hours, they raised $1.6 million and had so many people on the line, they almost broke Zoom, y'all.
I was on Zoom with 44,000 other black women who were all focused on getting this woman to the White House.
Win with Black Women was the original spark that inspired over 100 other groups to organize their own Zooms for Kamala, like Win with Black Men. White women answer the call. White dudes for Harris. Jewish women for Kamala.
Be the badass Jewesses that I know you all are.
Comics for Kamala.
She is the president America needs.
Swifties for Kamala.
First of all, I am a Swiftie.
Even cat ladies for Kamala.
Come on, cat ladies!
Tonight, for the first time, we are uniting all the groups together in one place with a single purpose. Elect Kamala Harris, President of the United States.
Thank you. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
This is literally just the Oprah Winfrey
Thanks
show.
for joining us. Everybody on screen, thank you. Thanks for joining us for this very special event, Unite for America! And that's exactly what we're doing live tonight, uniting from Farmington Hills in Oakland County, Michigan. We have 400 people in our audience and thousands more. Hello, all of you on screen. Hello, everybody on screen. Thousands more joining us on screen. And I am here because I care deeply about the future of our country. And I know that all of you do too. You care about the future of our country. And we just saw on this tape this grassroots, people-powered movement behind Kamala Harris has unleashed a unifying force unlike anything we've seen in politics in a very long time. And I know lots of people are feeling it because it actually is hope and joy rising. And there's been a, can you feel it? You can feel it, you can feel it, you can feel it. We can feel it, we can feel it, you can feel it, you can feel it. There's been so much talk about that word joy, and I think it's such a good thing because it means that there is a real feeling of optimism and hope, making that comeback, as Michelle Obama said, for this new day that's no longer on the horizon. The new day is actually here. We're in it, we're living it. So let me tell you how this event began. I was on the phone with Joe Edie, founder of Win with Black Women. We're going to be talking to her a little later on. And we were talking about all the groups inspired by Win with Black Women who had 47,000 women on one call 3 hours after Kamala Harris announced that she was going to be running. 3 hours afterwards, 47,000 women were on the phone. And Joteka and I were talking, wouldn't it be great if we brought all the groups together? Because that phone call inspired all the other groups. And so we said, wouldn't it be great if we brought all the groups together at one time? And that's why we're here. So we have the Cat Ladies for Kamala here. Rural Americans for Harris. Caregivers for Kamala. Train lovers for Harris Waltz. I didn't know there were train lovers. Train lovers, chefs for Kamala, love that group.
They're autistic.
Republicans
Chill.
for Harris, love that group even more.
Why? Why do you love that group even more?
Swifties, where are you? Swifties for Kamala! And in addition to thousands of you all who I am just meeting here tonight on screen, I see some faces I recognize. There's Bryan Cranston. Hey, Bryan.
Hey. Hello, hello, hello.
Where are you? Bryan Cranston! I hear Chris Rock is in the house. Chris, where are you? Chris Rock is in the house.
We are never getting a free Palestine, and we are never getting health care, okay? I'm letting you know right now, this is so 2016 coded. Oh my God, this is so fucking 2016. I'm with her, Hillary Clinton coded.
Tracy Ellis Ross, where are you? Tracy Ellis, where are you on the screen? Tracy Ellis. Julia Roberts, where are you? And Miss Meryl Streep is in the house.
I hate this fucking country, bro.
So
I hate
glad
the
to
goddamn
have all of
politics
you
in this
familiar
country.
Faces, and those of you who are not yet familiar to all of us. Okay, Bryan, so happy to have you here tonight, Bryan Cranston.
It's just so stupid.
What do you want to say?
Like, yeah, a lot of the people that she posted about are goats, okay? But that has nothing to do with fucking politics, man. Who gives a fuck if Bryan Cranston is like in support of Kamala? Like, people are starving, dude. Chill. Not everything is Palestine. Fucking literally eat shit, okay? Eat shit. Suck me from the fucking back. You are also the reason why we're not getting health care, okay? You know what's not under that chair? Health care. Do you understand? Dumb fucking liberals. Like, genuine donkey-brained liberals, dude, immediately. I'm talking about something entirely separate, okay? Yes, I said the keyword MK Ultra fucking activated libtard chatters, okay? He said Palestine! Shut the fuck up! That's not the only issue here. God damn it, dude. Holy fuck, you guys are so goddamn stupid and servile.
No matter where you meet him,
love
he's
the
funny,
position
so-
that you're in. Partially because it has to be a position of privilege.
In the streets. Are we ready for the weeping in the streets? When Kamala Harris becomes president of the United States of America. Weeping in the streets. What do you want to say, sir?
I've always been a fan of Kamala, even back when she was running for. I remember writing her a check when she was like the district attorney for something. Maybe it was to get out of a parking ticket or something. But I've been writing her checks for a long time, and I just want to bring my daughters to the White House.
Implications of this event.
To meet this black woman president.
Bro, this is exactly the type of fucking identity politics infused commentary that is like truly repugnant to the broadest subsects of the American society. And that's precisely the reason why Kamala Harris has expertly avoided this harder than the top of the hour ad break. She never brings this shit up. She never talks about this shit. Well, the other part of the problem is that she also doesn't like package it with like good, solid policies that will be as broad sweeping as possible. But, you know, ultimately, this is so goddamn 2016 Hillary Rodham Clinton in terms of like the lack of like clear-cut policy goals, how you're going to help people. Look at all these fucking celebrities. Shut the fuck up. These people are, you know, these are people that Americans obviously love, sure. Okay, but this is exactly what happened with Hillary Clinton. All those fucking celebrity endorsements didn't work. Okay, it is a somber reminder that this party does not represent you at all. They don't give a fuck about you. Here, just like look at this slop. I'm serving you slop. Okay, look, here are some famous people.
Reproductive rights are incredibly important. Standing up for.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben. And I think
standing up for. Yeah.
I think what Chris said, we're ready to turn the page. Thank you, Ben Stiller. So we are all together, united for one cause, and that is to get out the vote for Kamala Harris. Joteka Edie is here, and you describe Win with Black Women as a collective love letter to ourselves. I know you all been doing this a long time. I was on a lot of calls with y'all in 2020, but we ain't never seen nothing like this before, right? Stand up, tell us, what is happening? Explain the power of what happened 3 hours after Kamala, we knew that she was going to step into this candidacy.
First of all, Oprah, this is amazing to just be united. And that night, Black women everywhere, we knew one thing. We wanted to gather in our joy, and we knew that we needed to get to work. And on that night, Black women, the 44,000 on that Zoom, and the additional 50,000 Black women and our friends that joined to watch that Zoom, what we knew was that it was a moment in our country to show what Black women have always done. That love letter that I often speak of, that love letter is a letter that started years before any of us in this room, you, myself, were even born. And it started by Black women years ago who knew this moment would be here, but they worked. And they knew they wouldn't see it, but one day we would. And I just think that it is an honor for all of us to be able to usher in this moment, knowing that those who watered this mighty field.
Yes.
Bro, people are hungry, dude. People are hungry, okay? Inflation is ate away at, like, the marginal gains that they got in terms of, like, their wages going up by tiny amounts. You know what I mean? Healthcare is unaffordable. Housing costs are unaffordable. Shit's expensive. And here you have a bunch of fucking celebrities that people, like your mom loves seeing on TV, talking about how sick it is that Kamala Harris is going to be the next woman president, the first woman president. What a lot of people don't realize is this kind of stuff can be helpful if there's already investment, okay? This is secondary. This can never be the primary way that you try to do outreach. When you're doing your outreach, you have to recognize the material conditions on the ground and talk about the pain that people are experiencing. And then turn around and talk about your solutions to the pain that they're experiencing, okay? After that, once you have already solidified a base of support due to those qualities, okay, then you can do this shit. And I would even urge against doing it like this, the Win with Black Men, white dues for Harris type shit. Like, I think that also harkens back to a 2016 era identity politics that I find really silly, and it demonstrably doesn't fucking work. Like, nobody buys into it. You know what I mean? I don't think Black people buy into it. I don't think Latino people buy into it. I don't think working class people look at this and go, "Oh, that's so sick." Like, I'm with her didn't work. One, because it was Hillary fucking Clinton, and she was already like despised by the broadest subsects of society, and basically a cultural remnant of all of the anger, resentment, animosity that many Americans felt against establishment Democrats and neoliberalism as a whole. But like, I'm with her also didn't fucking work. Besides the point, besides the fact that it was Hillary Clinton that you were with, It didn't work because you have to give people something to hold on to. You have to give people something to be on your team for. And if your goal is to motivate people who are currently maybe squeamish about being on your fucking team, right? You have to give them something first. The nature of like you being a black woman is not going to help on its own. The nature of you being a white woman is not going to help on its own, right? Classic Bernie bro take. Yeah, that is, because it's a correct take. It is the correct take. Like, and one of the things that I talked about with respect to Kamala Harris being a black woman, right, was the reality that as a black woman, she knows that you're not going to be able to motivate the base by just constantly saying like, look, I'm a black woman. And she didn't do that id Paul shit at all. Why? Because she knows that that's not a quality that you can run on, just like Obama didn't run on it. Because it's something that you wear on your face anyway. People are aware of it, right? People are already aware of it. People already know. You don't have to like use that as a selling point. And the reason why I brought this up, is because specifically because like only a white woman like Hillary Clinton would have thought that like running as simply a white woman is going to move the needle in that direction when white women by majority did not vote for her. They voted for the grab him by the pussy guy. Okay? That's it. You're neglecting the needs of suburban Pennsylvania voters to see celebrities? Don't make me play the fucking DNC fight song, because I will do it. Do not make me play the DNC fight song. The conditions in 2015 were even better in terms of the economy than the conditions that the American population is facing right now. Okay? Yes, there is a post-COVID bump. Yes, there was a post-COVID recovery, but there was also a lot of the remnants of inequalities that got significantly worse under COVID. And if the environment was inherently hostile to the Democratic Party in 2015, and that's why Hillary Clinton lost in 2016, then that environment is still going to have a semblance of hostility towards that exact same style of politics because the conditions are still the same, if not worse.
I love saying Michigander around here. She's known as Big Gretch. Please welcome Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
We ain't even about to stay. We got Big Gretch. You can find her in the press. Under Big Gretch. Fresh in the new dress. Yeah, that's Big Gretch. Throw that bump on her face. That's Big Gretch. We ain't even about to stay.
Gretchen Whitmer. We're so happy to be.
Like, think about it, bro. Your coworkers vote, right? Like, I doubt that this is going to be a big fucking motivator for your coworkers, right? And neither is the $50,000 in tax cuts that Kamala Harris is giving to fucking small business startups, you know? Think about it like that. Oh, man. They got Ben Stiller on there. Sick. Okay. Great. Cool. It is cool. Sure. But, like, is that enough?
To get ahead and make a good living and take care of your family. That's all on the line this election.
Yes, strong and kind.
Yes.
Isn't that a notion? And what can Michigan do to help get Kamala Harris to the White House?
I think we've got to do the hard work. In 2016, we were short 11,000 votes. That's 2 votes per precinct, which tells you that a conversation you have.
I'm black and German, so I have no dog in this fight, but it's not something feels wrong in your critique. While I agree with everything you are saying, basic needs come first, but isn't this the second sort of black-themed event she has done after the NABJ yesterday? No, it's not about the black event. This is not even a black event. This is Oprah, okay? And that's not even what I'm saying. I'm not. Kamala Harris has done a phenomenal amount of fucking black, like, focused events. You just don't see it. Because it's not for you because you're in Germany, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, she'll go and she'll talk about, like, historic black colleges, like, she'll go and she'll do like local spots, and that gets around on Facebook. That stuff is fine, right? This is not that at all. Also, the National Association of Black Journalists is not a black event per se.
It's going to take all of us to build a pathway, many pathways to 270 electoral votes. That's what we're focused on in the campaign. In every state, we have to register more people. We have to mobilize our voters to turn out to vote. And then we have got to go persuade those people that still don't know enough about the vice president and her vision for the future. And if we do that together, all of us, we're going to get over the top, but it's really going to take all of us. And to make sure that you're working in your own lives, have those hard conversations in big and small ways. We're going to inch our way over the finish line because we're going to be able to do it together.
And don't you need money?
Well, we do. We do. And these groups need money too. All of us do, because the work is happening on the ground and in the communities. So if you want to help in any way at all in the campaign, go to go.kamalaharris.com. But if you want to help and not be formally engaged with us and join any of these groups here, that's what we need too. It's going to take all of us.
Yes, and I think that everybody on the screens, everybody in this room, everybody who's listening, you become your own grassroots organization when we leave this moment that we're sharing here tonight, and you do what you can in your community. It's not enough just to join us all. We love having you here, but the rah-rah moment is going to end, and then we need to get to work. We need to get busy. Okay, thank you, Jim. I have to just say this, that the social media team for the Harris campaign has been killing it. They have been killing it. I think that team helped spark this people-led movement. And here's a short look at the rallying cry across social media.
I'm watching the Kamala Harris rally right now, and wow, I'm like crying.
So Tony and I just got done knocking 48 doors in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Majority, if not all, independent Republican libertarian doors.
Republicans for Harris is growing explosively too. We just need to get back to a place in this country where we can have disagreements and have them still be respectful.
I'm here with Richard, a 77-year-old registered Republican who's going to be voting for Kamala Harris.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Obviously, a narcissist just doesn't stand for anything that I stand for.
What issues are most important to you personally?
First of all, not electing a felon to the White House.
I'm voting Harris Walls and a blue ticket all the way.
In 2020, only 50% of young eligible voters actually showed up. And that was record-breaking. So if you really want to be brat, you better be showing up in droves in November.
We are with her. And she's with us.
I voted for Nikki Haley in the primary. I'm going to be voting for Kamala Harris. That's the right choice for America in 2024.
Let me tell you, it is about character, and it's about decency and respect, and all the things.
How come I'm not on this? Why do you think?
What it means to be an American citizen and pursue the American dream. And if that is important to you, I hope, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican or somewhere in the middle, you will choose to vote your values.
As long as you're not Arab or care about Palestinians, or if you're like a leftist, or if you care about like genuinely improving the conditions of the working class, then it's not for you.
Big sister to McDonald's worker.
It feels like every year, like every 4 years, it feels like voting becomes more and more just like the sport of the wealthy. You know, just like people who don't really care about like legitimately improving their lives. You know what I mean? People that have already like made it. People that have already made it to a certain point in their lives. So they just like care about making sure that like things aren't objectively worse, like much worse. That's it. There's no argument to be made about like how things will be better. It says a lot about the political indications and the instincts of the Dem Party that they completely squandered the Republicans or weird messaging because they didn't want to associate themselves with the left-leaning people who started it. I mean, they literally made the left-leaning person who started be the vice president. It's very obvious to me that instead of doing the Trump is weird shit, they wanted to say, Republicans are great. We love you. We want to hug you. We want to kiss you. Please vote for us, Republicans.
Everything you are and everything you do for this.
How much you want to bet they're going to vote Republican again?
Well,
as they have done time and time again.
We have 1,000
my
screens
goodness.
here
Oh my
representing people from all over the country.
Hi, everyone.
Can you
Oh
feel?
my goodness,
Can you
yes.
feel? Can you feel it? Can you feel the joy rising in here?
I can, and I have to tell you, there's so much that I love about our campaign because it really is about the people. And I look around at these screens, Oprah, I look at who's in the room, and this is America.
Do you honestly think addressing any of what you just said would be the best possible position to be elected? What, like offering people offering people immediate improvements to their material conditions? Yes. That's what democracy is about. The fuck are you talking about?
To have us as Americans pointing fingers at each other?
Yes.
That this movement that is about reminding each other that we have so much more in common than what separates us is so critically important. And this is about the strength of who we are as Americans. And this movement that we're in about, as I like to say, seeing in the face of a stranger a neighbor.
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes.
An extension of love thy neighbor, that you literally in the face of a stranger see a neighbor.
Yes.
And approach each other with that level of dignity and grace and kindness.
Well, that's exactly what happened with the Win with Black Women. I know
Yes.
you've known Joe Taker for many years.
Thank you, my
That's
dear.
exactly what happened.
She started it.
Is that they had this big
started
call.
it.
They had the big
It's
call.
your fault.
They had the big call and then said, let's open the door.
Yeah.
Let's open the door and invite everybody else in, and everybody actually came.
Organically.
Yes.
Organically. Like, this is the beauty of our country. There's so much at stake in this election. And ultimately, the question before us is, what kind of country do we want to live in? And the beauty of a democracy, as long as we can hold on to it, the beauty of a democracy is each of us has the power. Each of us has the power to answer that question.
That's right. Everybody on this call and beyond has the power. But can I just start with this?
Yes, please.
I have to say this because in all of my private conversations, Gail, and I've said this 100 times, and everybody is saying it, you all have said it, I know you have. It seems to us that something happened to you the moment President Biden, stepped aside and withdrew his candidacy, that a veil or something dropped and you just stepped into your power? I mean, literally, looking at you at a speech like...
Bro, I don't think I've ever watched like a full Oprah thing. Like, this is kind of whack.
What happened to you?
We each have those moments in our lives where it's time to step up.
Time to step up.
Time to step up,
Well, the moment you heard, I really have been saying to people, it felt like a veil dropped and you sort of stepped through that veil. Did you feel like that?
I felt a sense of responsibility, to be honest with you. And with that comes a sense of purpose. But we're all here and you all are taking time out of your busy lives, everyone here, everyone on the screen, because there really is so much at stake. I have spent the majority of my career being concerned about the well-being of other people.
Yeah.
As I've said, in my career as a prosecutor, I never looked at a victim or a witness and asked them, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them is, are you okay?
Are you okay? I know when I heard that. Touch me.
And traveling this country and knowing what is at stake in terms of fundamental freedoms, what's at stake in terms of fighting against hate and those efforts to divide us. And I do know that I'm in a position to do something about it. So I felt a great responsibility. And the incredible power of the people.
One other point that I want to make in terms of policy, in terms of like how people run, is if you look at the down ballot races for the Democrats, if you look at the Senate races specifically, Democrats are outperforming Kamala Harris in some instances by like fucking 6-7 points. Obviously, part of that is because their Republican opponents are dog shit. But like, the reason why they're also outperforming Kamala Harris by not the same margins that they were outperforming Joe Biden on, but still outperforming her on, which is unique, right? Is because as a senator, you have to run on your record or you have to run on what you're going to vote for. Okay? So they're basically locked in to that position. They are closer to their constituents than the president is. And their campaign is always going to have even differences. Their campaigns are always going to have differences from the presidential campaign. But obviously, like, in this regard, like, if you fucking look at, like, here, I'll give you an example, right? I'm looking at the Morning Consult numbers, right? State level tracking. It shows that Harris has surged post-debate. Arizona up by 1. Georgia, Trump is up by 1. Michigan, Harris is up by 8. Okay, now this is a unique poll in terms of Michigan because like other polls show Michigan being a deadlock. I thought Michigan was like around up 8, but I found out that Michigan is actually much closer in other polls. But when you look at Michigan, when you look at Slotkin in Michigan is up by 14 points. Okay? Oh, immigration?
The border.
So it's a wonderful and important question. You know, my background was as a prosecutor, and I was also the elected attorney general for 2 terms of a border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me.
Oh my
This is
God, if she
something
goes
I've
right wing
actually
here, I'm
worked
gonna
on.
fucking
I
Brian
have
kill me.
prosecuted transnational criminal organizations.
Oh my gosh, she's saying
for the
transnational
trafficking
criminal
of
gangs
guns,
again.
drugs, and human beings. I take very seriously the importance of having a secure border and ensuring the safety of the American people. Sadly, where we are now can be traced most recently back to the fact that when the United States Congress, members of the Congress, including some of the most conservative Republicans, came up with a border security bill.
I want
And
to
here's what
die.
that border security bill would have done.
I'm
It would have put
perishing.
1,500 more border
I
agents
hate this.
at the border. Let me tell you, those border agents are working around the clock. It would have just been
Oh
about
my
giving them some
God,
support
our
and
beautiful
relief,
Border Patrol
which
agents.
is probably why the border agents actually endorsed the bill. It would have allowed us
Oh my
to
God,
stem
I
the
hate
flow
you.
of
I hate you
fentanyl.
so much. You're
And
so
I'm looking
stupid.
at people from all over
the Democratic
country
Party is
here.
so fucking stupid.
So I don't need to tell the folks who are watching this what fentanyl has done to families, to kids in our country, and the need to take seriously stemming the flow coming into our country and addressing
She's
that
literally repeating a lie
and tragic
that
issue in terms of its effect.
immigrants send in fentanyl to this fucking country. This is so stupid. It is so dumb. You are fucking stupid, dude. You're just a stupid person. You're not just a cowardly person. You're fucking stupid. Okay? It's not even true. It's a
Does
baseless.
he prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing it?
It's a baseless fucking claim made by Republicans that is immediately disproved by the reality of the matter. It is American citizens crossing the border at regular points of entry that are the ones trafficking the
And
fucking
even in the
drugs.
intervening months,
When you talk about immigration like this, you're literally just saying the things that the right is
And
saying. All you're doing is feeding to your base this false narrative and
is it
repeating
about
it to
you,
them.
Or is it about the people?
And they trust
Is
you,
it about
so now they believe
running
it
on
too.
Problems or fixing problems? My work and my career has always been about saying, let's fix problems. Let's address the needs because we know it's within our capacity to do that.
So to answer Justin's question,
What should she
now that
say
that
here
bill-
right now? I mean, immediately be like, everybody understands that there's a humanitarian crisis at the border, but the real solution to that humanitarian crisis is to improve processing. We are a nation of immigrants. I am the daughter of 2 immigrants that came into this country, and the only difference between me or my parents and another person crossing the border is paperwork. So get that paperwork done. Get that paperwork done as fast as possible, and so that these people can become tax-paying citizens. They already pay taxes, and they would be able to pay more taxes, as a matter of fact, and integrate properly into American society. Immigrants are what makes America great. Immigrants are the reason why we do not have declining birth rates. Immigrants are the reason why we have still been a dominant force in this country. Fentanyl coming over the border, Donald Trump likes to lie about it and say that it's actually immigrants bringing in the fentanyl. That is an abject lie. It's actually American citizens that traffic the fentanyl into the border. So in terms of apprehension, yes, we need better mechanisms and better systems to figure out when fentanyl is crossing the border. That much is true. But one thing to also consider is that my administration, alongside with Joe Biden, actually, for the first time in American history over the past couple of decades, has decreased the number of overdose deaths. We did that how? We did that by offering naloxone. Am I saying that right? Naloxone? We did that by offering naloxone over the counter. We did that by having a more tolerant approach to addiction. We did that by focusing on rehabilitation rather than incarceration. Okay? These are obvious policies that the Republicans regularly claim do not work, but we have shown that it actually fucking works. In terms of border apprehensions, that's one thing. We could focus on that. But Donald Trump does not care about that. He wants to make an argument that it's actually Guatemalans and Haitians that are bringing in the fentanyl over the border, when it's actually American criminals that are bringing the fentanyl over the border. And we must apprehend that fentanyl over the border, but hyper-focusing on the wrong things in an effort to incite racial animus amongst your neighbors that truly make this country great, that are the backbone of the American fucking economy and American culture, is the wrong way forward. Donald Trump has demonstrated time and time again that he does not care about this issue. After all, even when we gave him an olive branch with my shitty fucking right-wing border bill, he still cast it aside. Bring it up at the end if you want to talk about the hypocrisy of the situation, but address the actual fucking root cause of the problem and genuinely speak to the issues at hand instead of fucking abiding by the right-wing framing that is born out of no reality. It's just born out of fucking lies. What the fuck's wrong with you? It's so stupid. So illegals are the backbone of this country. Illegals are the backbone inside of your mother's pussy, okay? That's what's going on right now. The bone that your mother feels every goddamn night. Dumb fuck. Yes, dude, immigrants are the backbone of this nation, okay? This country would be nothing without immigrants. Illegality in the process means nothing. It's just paperwork, you fucking idiot. That's why J.D. Vance openly says, I don't care that Haitians are actually documented migrants. I want to undocument them.
Which is when, most companies and corporations are good, but for those bad ones, they take advantage of people, especially during a pandemic or extreme weather, and they end up jacking up prices, and there needs to be accountability and consequence for that. So I'm gonna be taking on price gouging. But it's also about dealing with what we need to do around home ownership, right? So as someone mentioned during this film, look, I grew up a child of a mother who worked very hard. She raised me and my sister, and she saved up, and by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy a home. And we grew up actually for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center that was owned by the woman we called our second mother, because she helped my mother raise us. And she was a small business owner, Miss Shelton. So I'll bring all this together to tell you, the way I think about it is, one, when people work hard and have a dream of buying a home, we should give you the opportunity to be able to do that, which is why part of my plan is for first-time homeowners, buyers, to have a $25,000 down payment assistance to buy your first home. Because people just need to be able to get their foot in the door, and then you'll do the hard work. Part of my plan is what we need to do to support small businesses, because my second mother was a small business owner, and I love our small businesses and our small business owners.
God.
They are not only
She's
business
fucking
leaders,
boring,
community
uncharismatic, and
they-
so
they
goddamn
mentor,
repetitive.
hire
It's
locally,
making me want to fucking Brian kill me, dude.
many
I love
entrepreneurs in
our
our
small
country
businesses.
with
Like, no, you
great
don't. Shut the
ideas,
fuck up.
incredible
Shut the
work
fuck up.
ethic, but
Nobody
not
loves
necessarily
small
access to
businesses. That's
capital,
not a
'cause
real
not everybody, like
position,
my
okay?
opponent, was handed
You're just saying that like a
$100 million
goddamn
on a
bot.
paper
You just keep repeating the same points that you wrote literally since the DNC. I have heard the same exact fucking talking points. At least Trump rambles on, but sometimes he adds like random fucking insane shit in there.
to start up their small business. Right now, it's $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000. So that's part of my plan.
That's a teeny tiny business.
That's a business in
teeny tiny business.
It's a concept of a business, right?
Yes.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, she's doing the NPCs on TikTok meme, dude. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. Ice cream so good. I love small businesses.
Right. Part of the
As a criminal prosecutor in a border state, I prosecuted transnational criminal gangs, human traffickers, drug traffickers. Ice cream so good.
extend and expand the child tax credit to
Middle class families
$6,000,
tax break.
so that you can, in the first year of your child's life,
Staying on message bad? No, dude. Fix the message. Fix the message. Fix the message. The message is bad. The message is fucking broken. Okay? Do you not understand my problem? Have I ever said this about Bernie Sanders? Well, one, I've never said this about Bernie Sanders because I'm a fucking misogynistic racist. Okay? So that's number one. But at least I'm not anti-Semitic. Unless we're talking about Israel. But the other reason why I never say this about Bernie Sanders is because he has good messaging. He stays on message all the time, but the message is good. She's staying on message all the time in a way that is insincere because the message is bad. Nobody fucking laughs and goes, in the real world, have you ever encountered a human being that went, I love our small businesses? Is that a real fucking person or is that a goddamn bot? Do you hear me fucking complain about Tim Walz? No. Because while he stays on message, the message is at least like somewhat better framed. I love our small businesses. I'm just going to keep repeating that.
Costs and bills I'm paying now, along with the bills and costs I will pay in the future too. And so everything just has a cost and everything is so expensive.
Bro, aren't many voters bots though? Yes, but not in that kind, okay? Like, dude, yes, a lot of voters are stupid, but even stupid people recognize what kind of pain they're feeling, okay? And if you're a stupid person who feels a lot of pain in terms of like affordability, okay, and you got a person running for president that goes, I love our small businesses, you're gonna be like, what the fuck are you saying? Rent is up 10% year over year. My landlord is fucking me right now. Okay? The fuck do you mean I love our small business? Who gives a shit?
what we need to do to also push back against a very different vision for our country. Because look, in this election, there are two very different visions for our country. One, for me, that is focused on the future, including you, and another that is focused on the past. What Donald Trump, what my opponent plans on doing for the economy,
stop moving the goalposts,
is doing what he did the last time he was president, and giving another tax break for billionaires and the biggest corporations that would add $5 trillion to our deficit. And get this, he plans on doing what I call a Trump sales tax, which is basically he's going to put a 20% tax on every.
This right here, the thing is liber. I don't think the message is bad. It's just not for us. That's what every Democrat thinks, okay? Every Democrat, even fucking small business owners, every single goddamn Democrat's like, yeah, this is not for me. It's for someone else. I have yet to find who it's for, okay? Because when you look at the polls, ain't nobody says they're voting for Kamala Harris or historically for the Democratic Party or their policies. They're voting against Donald Trump. That's why the Senate race is a little different. In the Senate race, people vote for the senator because the senator has to run on policies. They don't vote on the overarching party fucking vibes. They don't vote on Brett Summer. Okay? No, stop saying he's right though. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. The idea that like Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You literally said that phrase a couple minutes ago. It's for suburban women though. You guys are wrong, okay? If you think suburban women don't have different, like don't have similar material problems as to you, you're wrong. Affordability is a problem for them too, okay? You're wrong. I don't know. I feel like a lot of chat's parents are. I know all my friends are parents are stoked to vote them. Ask them which tangible policy positions, which policy they're voting for. Okay? If you interrogate their views, they will inevitably tell you what every single person in here that is voting for Kamala Harris will tell you, which is that they are voting against Donald Trump. They're voting against Project 2025. They're voting against the abortion ban. They're voting against a litany of things that the Republicans have done. They're voting for harm reduction. Those people were obviously already locked in to vote for the Democratic Party. Do you understand? Do you understand? Those people were already voting for the Democratic Party. The goal here from this moment onward until November and every single day since Kamala Harris became the presidential candidate was not to get those guys to vote for her. Those guys are already voting for her. Okay? The goal is to activate people that are maybe not going to vote this time around. They're going to sit this one out. It's crazy. This is the equivalent of your business giving you pizza for your hard work instead of a fucking raise, and a lot of people can relate to that. Exactly. I kid you not, I peeked to another person's chat, and he was ending stream saying, we don't need to watch this. It's not for us. Yeah, it's never for you. That's the problem. When will there be an event for you? Has there been an event for you so far? Have they talked about something that is for you? Or is it always for some other person? Is it always for some other fucking person that's in the distance that you made up in your fucking mind? Because let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you something. That other person does not fucking exist. And if it does, it's already voting for the fucking Democratic Party. Every new message and every old message that the Democratic Party communicates when there's a finite amount of time until the fucking finish line is supposed to be calculated. It's supposed to be strategic. It's supposed to be to win new demographics over, okay? It's to make a convincing argument so that you understand, like, I'm going to go out and fucking vote for this person instead of sitting at home, or I'm going to go out and vote for this person, and I'm going to take the time out of my fucking day because voting is not an easy process in general in many states. Okay? Like, the things that I'm advocating for overall, are not even necessarily like radical leftist votes that are just out there to be seized, okay? The things that I'm advocating for are things that communicate to the fucking genuine material harm that everyday Americans feel. I'll use the abortion example, okay? That is a real harm that the Republican Party has caused many people. That's why communicating a position on abortion is a good thing. Why is that a good thing? Because there are millions of Americans who are harmed by this policy. So saying, that's what the Republicans did to you, I'm going to fix that shit, that's great. That's great messaging. That's why you'll never hear me ever talk shit about fucking Kamala Harris talking about abortion. Okay? Because it's right. It's good for her to talk about it, and she's in the right, and she should talk about it. Okay? And they're even doing the Republican thing. They're bringing up an anecdote, a powerful anecdote of a white woman who almost fucking died because she couldn't get an abortion, right? Like, that's a huge deal. That's great. They're doing it right.
You don't bow down, even when you're the underdog, especially when you're the underdog. You stand up and you stand tall, and you give me so much hope and so much strength, and thank you.
Honestly. Thank you, Hadley, for coming all this way. I hope you continue to use your voice. I hope you continue that. This week, the case of a young woman who lost her life after the abortion.
You yell at her when she tries to expand her tent. They yell at her for not trying to reach out to other non-Dems. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You're an idiot, okay? You are refusing to understand the point that I have said for the past 10 fucking years because every Democratic Party election cycle has been exactly the fucking same, okay? It's not only the fucking card-carrying Republicans who are insanely nutty and conservative that are out there to pick up for votes, okay? Yes, expand your voter base. There are a shit ton of non-voters out there that are voter eligible. They don't fucking vote because they feel like neither party represents their interests. They have, I always bring this up. I always fucking bring this up, okay? Every American voter has like top 5 issues, okay, that have an order of priority. The job of the Democratic Party analysts and the Democratic Party staffers is to figure out what those top 5 priorities are, not just simply by looking at fucking polling and being like, oh, they hate immigrants, so I guess we also have to hate immigrants too. But specifically in terms of economic policies, look at where they are hurting and address that problem with some kind of policy, okay? Stop comparing this to Bernie Sanders. That is a primary race. If you think a primary race within the Democratic Party is identical to a general race, you don't know anything about politics. Yes, Bernie Sanders failed to activate non-voters in a fucking primary race, dude. Yeah, why don't you compare it to a person who did do that successfully, a black man, as a matter of fact, in 2008? How did he do that? He did that by communicating progressive policies. I wish she was being like FDR. She's not trying to be like FDR at all.
By a family, a strong family. And we would have done whatever to get my baby, our baby, the help that she needed. When ProPublica came to my home, I pushed them away. No, but Kavithia, she was persistent. She said, it was something that you needed to know. You have to hear me. Women around the world, people around the world need to know that this was preventable. 2 years later, after speaking with my daughters, because I lost strength, I lost hope, you're looking at a mother that is broken. Mm-hmm. The worst pain ever that a mother, that a parent could ever feel. Her father and myself and the family, you're looking at it.
Well, we appreciate so deeply you being here. And we're all watching you hear that tape and those words. We know how re-traumatizing that is and the strength it takes for you to be here to tell your story. And we deeply appreciate it. And I have to ask you, as her sisters, how are you coping? And what does
She's one of the 2 people whose two people died in Georgia because of the abortion bans, because doctors did not offer the appropriate medical intervention because of fears in the state of Georgia over the abortion ban. This is a very real story. This is a very harrowing story.
Guilty. I wish I could have helped her, because she was suffering, and we had no idea. We trusted them to take care of her, and they just let her die because of some stupid abortion ban. They treated her like she was just another number. They didn't care for her as if, she was their daughter or their, granddaughter.
Yeah.
And she's not here. She'll never come back.
Yeah. Andrika, what do you want to say?
I want to say that it's very disheartening that my sister was allowed to suffer for 20 hours. She suffered. It was nothing that we could do to help her. We trusted the healthcare professionals to do their job and save her, but they failed her.
Well, I think the most powerful thing that you've said here, Ms. Jeanette, is that your daughter is not a statistic. She had a life. She was loved by her sisters, loved by her family, loved by those who knew her, and she's not just a statistic. And we are happy to speak her name tonight in this room, talking about what this country needs in terms of reproductive rights and freedom. What do you want to say, Madam Vice President?
I'm just so sorry. And the courage that you all have shown is extraordinary, because also you just learned about how it is that she died. And
they just recently learned, yes.
How?
Yeah.
And Amber's mom shared with me that the word over and over again in her mind is preventable.
Yeah.
Preventable. That word keeps coming to her. And this story is a story that is sadly not the only story of what has been happening since these bans have taken place. And, you know, so just to step back in terms of how we got here, the former president chose 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would overdo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did as he intended, and in state after state, including yours, these abortion bans have been passed that criminalize healthcare providers. In a couple of states, prison for life, Oprah. Prison for life in a couple of states for a doctor or a nurse who provides health care. And so it seems very apparent
even when the mother's life is in danger.
But see, here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. So is she on death's door before you actually decide to give her help?
That's the problem.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. That you've got to prove you're on death's door.
Like literally a doctor or a nurse has to say, she might die any minute, better give her now care. Because otherwise I might go to prison for life in some cases. Think about what we're doing in terms of saying that certain people who are in these state houses, and then starting with the former president of the United States, think they're in a better position than a doctor or a nurse to determine when their patient needs medical care. This literally, and Amber's story highlights the fact that among everything that is
Dog, you're getting moderated because you're saying some fucking irrelevant ass bullshit, okay? Shut the fuck up. Take a goddamn week off and never speak ill about the mods again. Okay? God damn, dude. The fucking sense of entitlement. This motherfucker wants to talk about like Hezbollah and like all the different sects in Lebanese politics. You didn't even get moderated. It was Fossabot that fucking automatically moderated you because you couldn't shut the fuck up. You just kept spamming the same thing over and over again. Some of you fucking chatters literally don't understand when some of you chatters just simply do not fucking understand what's going on. And you think it's like the mods that are doing something to you. No, it's because you got auto-modded because you couldn't stop fucking spamming the same shit over and over again.
legislators who would be saying, you know, criminalize healthcare providers are also saying that after a person's body has been violated, that they have no right to make a decision about what happens to their body next? That's immoral.
Yeah. I think it's not just immoral. And here's what I want to say. I just don't believe that those legislators, that the government has a right to be in your womb. They have no right to be in your womb with decisions about your womb.
And one does not have to abandon their faith.
Right.
Or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do.
Absolutely.
Right? If she chooses, she will talk with her priest, her pastor, her rabbi, her imam, but not the government telling her what's in her best interest.
Well, this is a long healing process for this family. And we thank you, and we hope that by being amongst people who heard you and heard your daughter's story will be meaningful to you in this journey to healing. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I want to also... Thank you. I want to hear from Star Walker, who is a campaign engagement organizer in Milwaukee, one of my hometowns, Milwaukee. Hi, Star. What's going on in Wisconsin?
Hi, Oprah. Hi, Madam Vice President. We are fired up here in Wisconsin. I'm an engagement organizer, so I work with within their personal networks. As friends, family, teammates. Yeah, and by empowering people to leverage their relationships, we amplify their voices and deliver progress. We're fired up, but we also know it's a razor-thin race. So just like in 2020, this is going to be won by a field margin. It's on us to roll up our sleeves and do the work. Let's make phone calls and knock on doors. Go to go.kamalaharris.com to join this people-powered movement. That way, when we look back, we won't just be remembering how we felt, we'll be remembering what we did.
Woo! I love that. I love that. Y'all, I love that. That's a big takeaway, because we're all feeling really good right now. But what really matters is, what are we going to do? Absolutely. What are we going to do? Thank you so much, Star. I see somebody else on the screen, Julia Roberts. Hi, Julia.
Hi. Hi.
I heard you were so excited you wanted to be here tonight. Why?
Well, first of all, Oprah, thank you for hosting this, because I guess if I started a voting club, it would be conversationalists for Kamala.
Yes.
Because to talk, to listen, to be heard, to have this back and forth is so unique in this campaign to beautiful, wonderful Kamala Harris, who I've had the good fortune of knowing for many years. And I am a mother of 2 kids. This is their first chance to vote in an election, and I couldn't be more excited for them to have the legacy to say that their first vote they ever cast for president was for you. I have just chills saying that out loud.
Are you all going to the polls together? Are you organizing a party? Are the Motors having a poll party? What's happening?
I wish we were all going together. In fact, you know, they are in college, so we will be separated on the great day, but in spirit united always for what we believe in and what we, you know, I feel like it's interesting. We talk so much about being Americans united for something, but this has become such a global representation of our country and what we stand for. And I get to travel internationally a lot. And I want people to say, oh, you're American? And not, oh, how's it going over there? You know?
Yes.
So I want to get back to that space.
Exactly. Thank you, Julia. Exactly. Thank you. And hey, there's Tracy Ellis Ross coming up there. Tracy, now listen, if anybody should have a voting party, I think it should be at your house, because you have great parties, girl.
I just want to say hi, hello, Madam Vice President. It's just an honor. I actually have never met you, which is crazy. And hi, Oprah. Wait, what did I miss?
We just saw each other the other day. Okay. Oh, hi, Tracy. Hi.
Hi, Oprah. How you doing?
Hi, good. Yeah. This is exciting, though, isn't it? Isn't it exciting?
It's exciting. It's exciting because I believe in democracy. I believe in the future of our country, in reproductive freedom, bodily autonomy, women leading. I believe in decency. The idea of leading with joy and kindness has always been in my DNA, and I'm here both for the seriousness of this election, but the joy with which it is being handled. It is stunning. And then I also really want to remind everybody, it hasn't been mentioned, but voting up and down the ballot is incredibly important. Your freedom and your daily life are all the way up and down that ballot. People are policies, and we need the right people in all areas, all positions. And then I would like to say to you two women, thank you for what you represent, because as a 52-year-old childless woman, I want to say to the people who think that a woman's worth is measured in her baby count, I mean, shout out to all the amazing mothers, but the childless women have been mothering the world and elevating culture as aunties, godmothers, teachers, mentors, sisters, and friends, and the list goes on. And you do not need to push out a baby to help push humanity forward.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Tracy Ellis Ross. Thank you so much. So another important issue this election is, of course, our safety. And just 2 weeks ago, our country experienced yet another horrific school shooting. Watch this.
If you are one of the many, many women in the United States who only posts about political issues when it's related to reproductive rights and bodily autonomy, and if you have spent this summer encouraging people to vote for a certain political party in the name of protecting your bodily autonomy, then I want you to consider this message. The reason why you don't have full reproductive rights, the reason why you can't afford daycare, the reason why your husband doesn't get any paternity leave, your maternity leave falls woefully short of basic progressive guidelines, is the same reason why that issue that you don't want to address at all, the one you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, is happening. The reason why you can't get
This is what women-led looks like, and that might be going over the males in this chat. What? This resonates for women? You mean like the other thing that we were just watching? I don't have it. God, Demi, like classic. You got to come in here and fucking chirp. One of the chirp chatters, consistent chirp chatters. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me, okay? You've been in this community long enough. You know that, like, obviously this community cares about abortion, okay? Quite a bit. Cares about protecting women's reproductive rights. You're fucking annoying, okay? Shut the fuck up. Women, or trans people, or black people, or Latino people, you know, they don't live in a separate confine, completely removed from motherfucking reality, okay? Women be shopping. They're out there still buying items, okay? And when they're shopping, when they're making 85% of fucking consumer purchase decisions in this goddamn country, they're looking at the numbers and they're like, holy fuck, this shit is expensive, okay? If you don't have a way to fucking address, the entire chat has been insulting this entire event. This community is mocking everything. Yeah, shut up. Just take a fucking week off. God damn it. God, so fucking annoying. This is a goddamn political community. Of course, we're going to be chirping when there's a fucking event that is like so hollowed out from the bare bones, with the exception of the issue of issue of protecting reproductive rights. I can't believe that a political community is upset with not hearing enough from Kamala Harris on issues such as healthcare, issues such as the affordability of rent, the housing crisis that we're fucking experiencing. Because women famously don't live in houses, okay? They don't. Women famously don't pay rent. They don't. Women famously don't need healthcare. They don't. They just, all they care about is just abortion. Like, abortion is a very important topic to talk about. And I already gave Kamala Harris her flowers many times over, okay? What the fuck are you talking about? It's rich to say a political community wants to hear more about her policies all over. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Women, famously, no student loans for women. They don't have it. Women, they don't go to the doctor. They don't need like some improvements in terms of like their affordability in healthcare. Women, they're not immigrants, okay? They don't, famously, women are not immigrants. There is one specific type of woman that maybe you are a part of as well. If you listen to this, okay, and you're like, this is everything I wanted. What the fuck are you talking about? You know who that specific type of woman is? a very wealthy white lady, okay? And you might be that, and that's fine, okay? But that's it. That's literally it. You were just like, no, this is just for fucking wine moms, dude. God damn. Wine moms whose husbands are voting for Trump anyway. You got nothing in here for poor people. You got nothing in here for working class issues. You got nothing there. Even the abortion one, don't even get me started on this shit, okay? It's just like, even on the abortion front, let me tell you what the Democratic Party didn't do, okay? Codify Roe v. Wade. Let me tell you what the Democratic Party didn't do. Create protections so that abortion and access to reproductive health could remain in this country. Let me tell you what the Democratic Party did do, okay? Wait for the Republican Party to actually destroy it so they can fucking fundraise off of it. So excuse me when I fucking see a mom cry about her daughter who fucking died and think to myself, well, she's the goddamn vice president right now. That's a little crazy, okay? I don't want to talk about it too much because I know people get in their fucking feelings, but that's also not exactly an issue that the Democratic Party has been anything but negligent on, okay? And that's precisely what's going on with fucking immigration right now. What happened on abortion under the Biden administration is exactly what is happening with immigration right now. Democrats are not fucking counter messaging. They're not fucking defending immigrants. And what is going to happen? Lo and behold, oh my God, we have concentration camps at the border. How do we get here? Please give us more money. I'm Nancy Pelosi, and I really, really find it abhorrent that these concentration camps were built at the border and that we have done mass deportations. Please send me $14 right now so we can stop the Republicans next time around, okay? God damn, dude. Holy fucking shit. How do you not see it over and over again? Every goddamn election cycle, they're like, oh, dude, vote for us. We'll fix it. They don't fix it. And then next election cycle, they literally are like, vote for us because we're going to do the things that we were running against. Now we're for it. And you're like, hold up, what? You're for it? But I just voted for you because you were against it. What the fuck just happened? But hey, things will get even worse if you don't vote for us. It's like, okay, so voting for you at this stage is just a guarantee that the things are going to happen. The same things I'm voting against right now are going to happen 4 years later. It's just an extension. It's a time extension. What the fuck? Now cue all the fucking talking points about how I'm a goddamn misogynist and also an anti-black racist, you know? Let's hear it. Go ahead. I know you've been fucking holding on to it. Some of you are just like sitting there and be like, oh, I can't wait to say this about a dude I've been watching every single day, 365 days a year for the past 4 years. I can't wait. This is the moment he revealed himself. It's like, well, you're a fucking idiot then, okay? Like, because if there's any veracity to that, if you truly believe this in your fucking heart, and you've been in here for years and years, you must have been a dumbass, you know? Like, how the fuck did you not pick up on my white supremacist anti-woman attitude for 4 fucking years, and then now you got it now, just now? Something doesn't add up. Either you're wrong and you're just using that as because it's the only fucking mechanism of defense that you have in this situation that is utterly indefensible, or perhaps you're just a dumbass and you didn't even recognize it, you know? If Chatter's being genuine in this conversation being centered on women, which is not common, would be proposing paid maternity leave at a national level, stimulus checks after having a kid, not a tax credit, and increase funds towards reproductive research to improve gaps in medicine for women, but she's not, and Chatters are disingenuous. I don't even think Chatters are disingenuous. They're just primed to defend. They're just primed to defend the Democratic Party because it's like not as embarrassing to be pro Kamala Harris as it obviously was to be pro Biden. So that's it. That's all they needed. All they needed was to like cling on to something, anything, so they can also position themselves in the same fucking blue MAGA way that like they were making fun of the Joe Biden dead enders for being. That's it. That's it.
time in their auditorium, and I would ask, please raise your hand if at any point between kindergarten and 12th grade you had to endure an active shooter drill. Almost every hand went up. It was bone chilling.
Yeah, this is the way our kids are living. Yeah.
And think about it.
What are we supposed to do then?
Fire.
You're supposed to subscribe at the top of the hour to avoid the 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour, which is coming right now. If you no longer want to see those ads at the top of the hour, that's all you need to do. Subscribe for $6, well, $4.20, or for free with a Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub. Okay, here's the 3-minute ad break now. Anyway, ultimately, you don't have to worry. I mean, you don't have to worry if you're a liberal. Okay, if you're a liberal, let me tell you, no worries, man. It's smooth sailing. All right, you got Trump is gonna come out and say another unhinged thing, and even if the Kamala Harris campaign doesn't remind people how fucking shitty that is, most people will still go, okay, that's a little too much for me. Or maybe they won't, like they did it in fucking 2016 nor 2020, and then he fucking wins. Who knows, okay? I don't think so. But that doesn't mean it can't happen. What if you're not liberal and you're like as to the left as one can be? What do you mean? Why didn't you say to organize your workplace or join a workers' organization or something? I don't know, maybe because I've said it a million times over. I'm not going to be on message every single damn time, dude. What the fuck? Oh, also, I do have to end it. Because I have to travel to fucking San Diego. Being liberal is also good though, right? Because it's also a part of the leftist coalition. No, it fucking isn't. What are you talking about? You're watching it not be. Debate Lords is starting. You are late. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Everybody, I am traveling down to San Diego right now to go to TwitchCon, okay? And I'm very excited to hang out with some people I haven't seen in a minute. And I have Debate Lords tomorrow. I have the panel with Maya on Saturday. I'm planning on being back here and streaming normally by Sunday, but we'll see if I can do that or not. But basically, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for 2 days, and I'm gonna do some IRL streams. I'm gonna try to do my regular streams. Hopefully, I'll be able to stream from the hotel room. Okay. But fear not, like I'm gonna stream. I'm bringing my bag. We're gonna upgrade it too, and I'm also bringing my remote desktop setup. Anyway, love you all.